right into the heart of Hollywood, Hollywood Boulevard, the Walk of Fame. A lot of people are going to be out walking around. This is where it gets dangerous. When you are riding a motorcycle at these speeds in the middle of the city, anything could happen here. 45 miles an hour, but you know, this is Highland Avenue. This street is usually under 15 miles an hour. You definitely are going to want to slow down when you're on this street. This motorcycle rider, this suspect, is taking a lot of chances here as he bobs and weaves around these cars through these intersections. We've already seen him run some red lights. Oh, very close to another car right there as that car was merging into the right turn lane. And let's see here, is this a parking structure? This looks like the Lowe's Hotel, the entrance to the Lowe's Hotel. I believe that's a parking structure under there. And we've seen a lot of these pursuits end that way. It's almost like these guys are learning from each other. I'm listening to some of the police radio traffic to see if they have any eyes on the ground that are able to signal to us whether this pursuit suspect exits either to the east or to the west. They're requesting LAPD for assistance here. They're going to try and get a perimeter on this place, but I've never been in that parking structure down there, but I believe it is a pretty big one. Other side, Rob, other side. Which way's Franklin? He's coming out on Franklin. Okay. Franklin's on the north side. I didn't know there was an exit to this on the north side. But the air unit says... Okay, there he is. We're listening to a lot of radio traffic up here, guys. Listening to the police air unit try and guide these ground units to this suspect, and they have the best viewpoint here, and they were able to have eyes on this suspect before anybody else, and they were able to announce that on the police frequency so that the ground units could potentially move in, or at least have a better idea of where this suspect is now. Oh, some cross traffic there. Fast through an intersection, making a left turn onto Hollywood Boulevard, and this is where it gets sketchy. Once again, it's a Friday night in Hollywood. You have a lot of cars out. You have a lot of people out, pedestrians. This guy making a lot of left and right turns, and if I pause momentarily, you'll just have to excuse me, folks. Just coordinating with my pilot here and monitoring the law enforcement radio traffic as well to see if they have any additional information to add that I can then relay to you guys watching on the stream. Once again, thank you for joining us on abc7.com and all of our streaming apps. We're following a pursuit of a dirt bike. This one started in the Glendale area. Glendale PD started this pursuit. It went on the freeway on the 134, now in Hollywood, now on the sidewalk in Hollywood. I don't think this is the Walk of Fame yet, but we're pretty close to it. This dirt bike on the sidewalk at high rates of speed. Luckily, we haven't seen any pedestrians right in the way just yet, but there we go. I don't know if that's a family or just a couple people there out for a stroll on a Friday night, and the driver, this suspect, now asking questions of this group of people on the sidewalk. I can only imagine what that must be like, what kind of questions he was asking those people. I mean, is he asking for directions at this point? Is he asking for a way to get back to the freeway? I don't know. One can only wonder. On Sunset Boulevard now, taking one hand off the steering there, and a little bit of a left turn there, a little bit of a right turn. Oh, very close to oncoming traffic, and we're still going the wrong way, southbound on La Brea Avenue, and another motorcycle driver there. And this is a pack of other motorcycle drivers that this guy has now joined, maybe to blend in, maybe to try and hide. Gotcha. But this can only be perceived as some kind of way to possibly hide from the pursuing departments behind this motorcycle rider who, once again, this, as we were saying, this pursuit started in Glendale, took the westbound 134, came up Barham Boulevard, passing LAPD. Although I'm not sure if LAPD is exactly aware of where this pursuit suspect is right now. We're going to keep a close eye on exactly which motorcycle rider is the one that we're looking for. Oh, wow. I'm going to do some maintenance up here in the helicopter and try and tune in our radios and see if the Glendale Air Unit is now starting to work with LAPD. And this is, I can't say I've seen one like this quite yet, where you see pursuits of motorcycles, usually not dirt bikes, usually they're high-performance bikes that can go up to upwards of 130 miles an hour and just really outrun CHP ground units, especially on freeways. But I haven't seen one like this, where you have a motorcycle go through private property, go through a movie studio, and make its way into Hollywood to join another group of motorcycle riders just out for a Friday night cruise. And what I'm trying to do right now is monitor some of the LAPD frequencies to see if LAPD is trying to work their way to this area, or if they're going to let CHP maintain control of this. This started in Glendale PD. CHP did take over the pursuit when it made it onto freeways. And what we're trying to discern right now is if CHP is handing this over to LAPD, or if CHP is going to maintain the authority over this pursuit. Now, I'm not sure if this guy is really getting along with this other group of bikers here. I mean, there he goes, another wheelie. We saw him do this on surface streets in the middle of Burbank. And now it looks like this guy is separating himself a bit from that other group of motorcyclists. One has to wonder if he told anybody of his circumstances. You have to believe that they see the night sun from the police helicopter overhead that keeps shining down upon this group. And I have to wonder what this group thinks about their new friend there. I don't know if you can call this person a friend, or what they think about this. Now, what I just heard on from LAPD right now is that they are working this situation as a stolen vehicle pursuit. We have not confirmed that from Glendale PD, but it does appear. Copy. But it does appear that LAPD is being told that, oh, now we're pulling into a gas station. We're going to maneuver Air 7 HD around to try and get a good look under the awning there and see what this suspect is up to. There he is. Is he getting gas? Looks like maybe he put a little gas in there. There he is. He actually is adding some gas there to the motorcycle. All right, got CHP pink now. How many gallons? Possibly a 4.5 gallon tank in that motorcycle, I'm being told. Get him another 100 miles out of that. And so CHP is aware of where this suspect is. I'm going to look and see if the CHP air unit is still over this pursuit, and it looks like they are. And there he goes, on the move again. Looks like Santa Monica Boulevard, westbound on Santa Monica Boulevard. And there we go with these high rates of speed, lane splitting, going in between traffic, bobbing and weaving from that right lane to that left lane. And this is where it becomes dangerous again. We've seen this driver go on the wrong side of the road. We've seen him travel at very excessive speeds on these surface streets and even travel on the sidewalk, continuing to weave in and out of lanes, westbound on Santa Monica Boulevard, leaving the Hollywood area and heading into West Hollywood. Once again, it's a Friday night. There's going to be a lot of people out. There were a lot of people out in Hollywood. There's going to be a lot of people out in West Hollywood just enjoying their Friday night, and that's where this gets a little scary. You have this motorcycle rider, this driver, this pursuit suspect that seems to think that he is above the law, traveling at high rates of speed. And that is where you start to worry, like right there, where you have a pedestrian just minding their own business, trying to cross the street, and the suspect just goes right in front of them. We're headed east now. I'm having a little bit of a compass malfunction up here. It does appear that we are now traveling back eastbound on Santa Monica Boulevard, back towards the Hollywood area. And our pursuit suspect has found, I don't know if this is the same group of motorcycle riders that this guy was with earlier, or if it's a different one. But he's found some friends again, and he's continuing along. We've seen in the past, when this guy gets among friends, other motorcycles, he seems to behave, obey the laws to an extent. You see some other guys doing wheelies there and lane splitting. That's a little on the dangerous side. And now he's taking the lead, moving ahead. Right turn now, Orange Drive. Blacked out, no lights on that motorcycle. And right now you have LAPD and CHP converging on the area. They have ground units in the area, but they're not pursuing turn by turn just because of the ability of that motorcycle to lane split and go at high rates of speed, go on sidewalks as we've seen in the past in this pursuit. Oh, another parking garage there. He's going to ask him some questions. Maybe just go right on through. But we hate to see pursuits end in parking garages, so one can only hope that the guy at the door there is going to turn this guy away. And it looks like that appears to be the case. He's going to continue down the sidewalk on Sycamore Avenue. Okay, copy. Thank you. Now west on Willoughby. I'm not quite sure if this guy is familiar with the Hollywood area because he seems to be asking a lot of questions. He seems to be taking some turns in these back roads a little more slowly. When he's on the main streets, we're going to move Air 7 HD around to try and get this motorcycle back into view here again. A lot of these medium-sized buildings in the area make it a little difficult to follow a small vehicle like a motorcycle. Waiting for an update from CHP to see if they have current eyes on this suspect. Santa Monica approaching Highland, I'm told now. We're going to get that in the shot here momentarily. East, yeah. Yep. Next one, next one, next one. Next one. Okay, there he is. We got him. All right, we got guys. Eyes back on our suspect here, continuing southbound on Highland Avenue. Now, this was a little strange. He's deciding to slow down and travel at the speed of other traffic now. This is a little unusual. Maybe he saw one of the officers behind him and he's trying to blend in again. But at this point, maybe unbeknownst to this suspect, you have a lot of police resources in the area, certainly in the air as well, that have maintained eyes on this suspect throughout, including us up here in Air 7 HD. Right turn onto Beverly Boulevard, going westbound now. And like we were noticing on some of these main strips, the driver tends to speed up a little bit. Not a whole lot of traffic there, but going 50 miles an hour now, westbound on Beverly Boulevard. Once again, thank you for joining us. Live coverage here of a motorcycle pursuit. The suspect there appears to be on his phone now. Beverly Boulevard and Formosa, I believe that was. Monitoring a couple sources of information for you guys up here in Air 7 HD. We're monitoring law enforcement as a helicopter from Burbank and Glendale PD continues to keep eyes on this pursuit. And I wouldn't quite call this a following, but it's definitely a situation where the ground units are not able to actively keep up with this motorcycle just because of the difference in vehicles. You have, let's see, he might have pulled over. He might just be kind of sitting in the trees there. And it looks like he did pull over under that tree. We're going to maneuver Air 7 a little bit to the south and east to get a better view for you guys. And I am hearing CHP actively give out the location of this suspect. So at this point, the air unit has pinpointed where this suspect is. He's announced that the suspect has stopped, and now he's on the move again. Continuing westbound on Beverly Boulevard. Going the wrong way, going into a parking lot. Apparently having no care for any other pedestrians in the area. Let's see, what is this, Pan Pacific Park? Onto the sidewalk. Possibly seeing if any gates are open there, any places to hide. Now stopping again to check his phone. At this point, with this suspect checking his phone, you have to wonder if anyone's told this guy that he's live on the web right now. Live on abc7.com. And we're keeping close eyes on where he is and where he goes. And I have to wonder at this point There he goes, going on the sidewalk now in some of the some grassy areas, very difficult to see in the dark because they're not lit up. I have to wonder if this this suspect is even familiar with the area. I think he went up. Go up. Let's see what's over there. This is where it gets difficult. I haven't heard from the CHP and Glendale and Burbank PD air unit that they have eyes on him either, which is just unfortunate and difficult. You have someone on a vehicle as agile as a dirt bike, able to kind of get in these tight places, drive on grassy areas, go in alleyways, and possibly get away. Although we hope that is not the case here as we orbit Air 7 around to the other side. And Rob, our photographer, with the eagle eye, able to spot just a little bit of a reflection off of that motorcycle. And it looks like that's going to be the guy. It looks like the rider's still on the bike. And he quite possibly may think that he got away. Continuing on in the pitch darkness of this park, you can see there as we turn night to day with our Sky Map 7, you can see, you know, it's traditionally a grassy area. If this were during the day, we'd have no problem with this, but since it's at night, you have the trees. It becomes an incredibly challenging suspect to follow. I think he's under the trees now. We are hearing that the air unit still has eyes on this this suspect. They are a lot lower than we are, and they're able to do quicker orbits, and that allows the officer aboard that police helicopter to be able to more quickly than us rather, get eyes on suspects that may be hiding under trees, going in and out of alleyways and things of that nature. Let's see, got a couple of people walking away down there. And I've been keeping a close eye on the edges of the frame here to make sure that that suspect doesn't try to run out, doesn't try to ditch his bike and make a run for it, or just drive out of the area like he has been doing. Oh, there he is. Oh! Tried to do a spin out there onto the sidewalk, gets back on. This isn't the first time we've seen this suspect almost fall off his bike. In fact, we saw him completely fall off his bike and lose a shoe earlier in this pursuit when we were actually inside one of the studio lots in the San Fernando Valley. Now we're continuing through Pan Pacific Park in the pitch darkness, and you have to wonder what this suspect is able to see. With our camera up in Air 7 HD, we're able to really brighten up these dark areas. Copy, thank you. Just getting some additional information from our assignment desk as Rob, our photographer, continues to follow along. And there he goes out the bottom of the screen towards the south end of the park. This is definitely one of the more unusual pursuits that I've been a part of. This this suspect has been finding traditionally uninhabited places a studio lot in the valley, and now Penn Pacific Park here near the Hollywood area. Not quite the Hollywood area, maybe, you know, we were in Hollywood earlier, now in the Park La Brea area. Fairfax District now on 3rd. Oh, there's some, let's see, that might be LAPD now turning around. We'll see if they actually try and engage this suspect now. And there you have it, lights on. That's going to be LA County Sheriffs now going into pursuit mode with this motorcycle rider. 3rd Avenue. Oh, let's see, he almost crashed there, turning into a parking lot. And now racing through the parking lot here. Let's see, going through the pay gate, not paying. And now back onto city streets here, going eastbound now on 3rd Avenue. Going northbound now, in and around the area of the Grove. We saw him going through the parking lot of the Grove here. Now a very large parking garage that we have to maneuver around. That's unfortunate in this case. And did he turn into the parking structure? It looks like he did. He looks like he turned into the parking structure. And that's going to be a tough one here because this parking structure is huge. Now the good news is you have LA County Sheriffs already on scene. They're going to be able to block off at least a few of these entrances. They have the air unit overhead, and they're going to be able to more than likely secure the parking garage, although then at that point they have all these floors of the parking garage to go to. And I'm not sure, to be honest, if there's any other areas or other exits above ground level. Back out on surface streets. And we're trying to discern a couple different levels of information here. The Burbank Glendale airship believes that they have eyes on this suspect off of the bicycle. Possibly in the alleyway, I'm hearing now. The air unit's directing more units into this alleyway. And now, what LA County Sheriff's deputies are going to have to do now, and what the air unit is trying to do, is he's trying to coordinate what's called a perimeter around this parking structure, because I'm monitoring some of the radio traffic from the police helicopter, and he's directing that black and white in the alleyway to talk to some of those workers. The air unit apparently believes that those workers in the alleyway may have had eyes on where that motorcycle suspect went. Go back to the alley, Rob, where the black and white is. Let's see, and this unit's continuing forward for some reason, even though, let's see where he goes now. Maybe he sees something that we don't, that hasn't been announced by the police helicopter right now. Looks like he might just be making a U-turn here, going maybe just at this point, setting up a perimeter on this corner and closing off that corner of the parking garage. And you hate to see these end this way. This one in particular happens to end at the Grove. Very popular shopping district here in the Fairfax district of Los Angeles. But sometimes they do end this way, where vehicles, especially motorcycles, pull into parking garages and when they go out of view of the police helicopter up above, it becomes very difficult for them to be tracked. Go back to one of the workers over there. Pan north up this way. Are there any workers left in there? One has to wonder if those workers saw anything, if they were able to provide any additional detail. But this one's a tough one. LA County Sheriff's continuing to sorry about that. Every time I pause, ladies and gentlemen, I'm listening to additional information. I have the police scanners and our assignment desk continuing to feed us information. And what's happening now basically is the police air unit is trying to direct units on the ground to try and plug in any ways in and out of this parking garage. They do believe that he is still in this parking garage. They believe that the motorcycle rider has ditched the motorcycle and is now on foot somewhere, and that's where it becomes very difficult. If he was wearing a jacket, he could shed the jacket, and just like that, at least from the air, look a lot different and become very difficult to catch. So we're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to continue to monitor the police frequencies here and let you know if they have any leads in this case, if you will. But this one appears, for now, to have come to a stop here in the parking garage in the Grove. If you are in the area, if you know anybody in the area, and they see all those police lights, a lot of action and commotion in the area, that's what's going on. We don't have any reason to believe that the suspect is armed. We know at this point that what we're hearing at this point is that this motorcycle rider was initially wanted for a failure to yield. We heard LAPD refer to it as a stolen bike. So we're working on those what's that? Okay, the PD ship is going out that way. Really? Copy, on the way. All right, so right in the heart of West Hollywood now, it appears that law enforcement has received word that the suspect may have been spotted over here in this area. The guy may have been able to slip out of that parking garage at the Grove and may have worked his way towards Santa Monica and San Vicente. We're moving Air 7 over that way to try and confirm that. We see the police air unit overhead. They're going to be looking as well. Is that Hilda? Oh, okay, that's San Vicente. That's the MTS bus yard there. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of what could possibly be the end of a motorcycle pursuit. Started in Glendale as a failure to yield. The Glendale PD tried to pull over this guy in a motorcycle. He got on the freeway, got on the wrong way on the 134 freeway. Got off on surface streets in Glendale, got back on the right way. Continued westbound on the 134, got off in Burbank. Drove around on one of the film studio lots in the Burbank area on private property, just kind of having a free-for-all there, then getting back onto surface streets, heading over into the Hollywood area, pulling into a parking structure in the Grove, and that is where we last saw the suspect. However, we received a tip now that the motorcycle driver possibly made it over this way. Let me try and get that on a frequency here. Orange. Simon Desk Air 7, you want to go to this other pursuit, southbound 71? Yeah. Okay. Copy. I can't hear Glendale here.